Morning, Amare.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Northern Lights Center for Spiritual Living. We're a community of people dedicated to using spiritual and practical principles to create lives we want to live. And Northern Lights Center for Spiritual Living offers practical and spiritual tools to make positive changes in our lives. And our promise here is to reveal, inspire, uplift, celebrate, and magnify your greatness. We acknowledge our presence here on the traditional and unceded lands and waters of the first people of Seattle, the Duwamish and Coastal Salish people. These people are still here, and we join with them in how they continue to honor and bring to light their ancient heritage. We seek to resist the erasure of Indigenous histories as we work towards honoring and inviting the truth. In a similar fashion, we acknowledge how the labor of enslaved Africans and their ascendants who suffered the horrors of transatlantic trafficking, chattel slavery, and Jim Crow has made possible so much of what we know in this country today, including culture, economic growth, and development throughout history and across time. We also name the Asian and Chicano people who toiled with little recognition. We are indebted to their labors and sacrifices, and we must acknowledge the tremors of that violence throughout the generations and resulting impacts that can still be felt and witnessed today. Please join me for our opening song in this very, or no, Woke Up This Morning by not Ron and Carol Harris, but a folk song dating back hundreds of years. I woke up this morning with my mind staying on spirit. Well, I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Walking and talking in my mind. Stayed on spirit. Well, I'm walking and talking with my mind. Stayed on spirit. I'm walking and talking with my mind. Stayed on spirit. Hallelujah. 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 All day long, I keep my mind stayed on spirit. Well, all day long, I keep my mind stayed on spirit. All day long, I keep my mind stayed on spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Well, good morning, everyone. Yay, thanks for being here. So let us prepare for this morning's meditation by allowing ourselves to get comfortable in our seats, removing everything from our laps, placing our hands in our laps in an open and upright position, and allowing our eyes to close. Let us take 3 deep cleansing breaths in and out together. So let's breathe in and let it go. Breathe in again and let it go. And one more time, in and let it go with a sigh. Just allowing everything to just go away and allowing our minds to be still, allowing our minds to be quiet, allowing our minds to be here in this perfect, perfect now moment. And so this morning's meditation is going to focus on divine love. Divine love is described as Spirit's love, characterized by being unconditional, boundless, and eternal. Unconditional, boundless, and eternal. It is a love that remains steadfast, regardless of how we as humans act, behave, or think. It is unconditional and forever present. So let us look at how we, in our lives, demonstrate this divine love. Where are you showing unconditional love? Where is your love boundless, eternal? Think of those places, those people that you are able to show divine love. And now, think of ways in which, and situations in which you could show more divine love, more boundless love, more unconditional love. And how does it feel for you to have divine love bestowed upon you? How does it feel to be loved unconditionally? Allow that feeling to just resonate through your entire body, through your mind, through your spirit. Experience unconditional love right now. How empowered do you feel? How wonderful does it feel? How healing is it to know that you are loved unconditionally? How uplifting does it feel? Just allow the divine love to wash over you and experience how it feels, how good you feel. And as we allow ourselves to come back into this room and back into this space, we come back with a knowingness that Spirit loves us unconditionally. And we come back knowing at any time we can tap into this unconditional, this divine love, and we can demonstrate this love at any moment. And so we allow ourselves to revel in it as we allow it to be. And so it is. Okay, so this morning's reading is called The Power of Divine Love, and it's by Reverend Jessica Tickham. Is there something? Oh. Yeah. She just popped up. She popped in. Okay, so I'm going to say it again. The title is The Power of Divine Love, and it's by Reverend Jessica Tickham. In a world brimming with noise, chaos, and ever-changing landscape of success and achievement, finding a deep sense of purpose and meaning can sometimes feel elusive. Yet amid the clamor of daily life, there lies a profound and unchanging truth that can anchor us, the knowledge that we are loved by Spirit. For many, the concept of a divine love is a distant or abstract notion, but when we truly grasp the depth and significance of this love, it can transform our understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. Here I share my reflections into finding purpose and meaning through the lens of being loved by Spirit. One of the greatest joys of my life in my career in healthcare chaplaincy, as a healthcare chaplain in a graduate nursing facility, a location that offers independent living, assisted living, and skilled nursing arrangements, I am given the opportunity to step into someone's life during a transition in their health and when needed in their living situation. One of my greatest purposes in my role, according to myself, is that I assist people in remaining connected to their own sense of meaning and purpose when their life has changed without much notice. In his book, Stages of Faith, The Psychology of Human Development and the Quest for Meaning, James Fowler wrote a list of questions that are intended to help people open up and talk openly about their faith. These questions include, as you live your life, what powers do you fear or dread? What power or powers do you rely on and trust? Number two, what are those most sacred hopes that most compelling goals and purposes in your life. Dr. Fowler describes these questions of faith as helping us get in touch with the dynamic patterns process by which we find meaning. But what happens when this dynamic pattern process is disrupted by sudden fall or a life-altering diagnosis? My hope when encountering individuals in such situations is to help them hold on to the concept of divine love in a way that resonates with them personally. Divine love, often described as unconditional, boundless, and eternal. Unlike human love, which can be influenced by circumstances or behavior, God's love remains steadfast regardless of our actions or flaws. This unchanging love offers a sense of security and acceptance that transcends the ups and downs of our lives. My practice of ministry is rooted in the belief that by having an awareness of receiving divine love, the person in my care will experience a better quality of life. To truly appreciate this, imagine a love that does not waver with time or circumstances. So imagine that. It's a love that sees beyond our mistakes and shortcomings, affirming our inherent worth. As we come to accept and internalize this divine love, it begins to reshape our self-perception and our approach to life. The first way it does this is by identity and self-worth. At the heart of our purpose is understanding our true identity. Being loved by Spirit gives us a foundation for self-worth that is not based on external achievements or societal standards, but on intrinsic values bestowed upon us by a loving Creator. This realization empowers us to embrace our true selves and live authentically. Number two, compassion and service. Experiencing Spirit's love often ignites a desire to extend that love to others through acts of kindness, compassion, and service. Serving others becomes a way to honor and express the divine love we have received, connected us to a higher purpose of making a positive impact in the world. Number three, resilience and hope. Life is filled with challenges and hardships, but knowing we are loved by Spirit provides a wellspring of hope and resilience. This love becomes a source of strength, helping us navigate difficult times with faith and confidence that we are never alone. Number four, fulfillment and joy. When our actions align with the love we have received, we often find a deep sense of fulfillment. Pursuing passions and vocations that reflect our values and the love we've experienced leads to more joyful and meaningful existence. It's not just about what we do, but why we do it, driven by love and gratitude. And so it is.
Thank you, Stephanie. Now we're going to declaration. And this, of course, we go through 3 times. So please join if you feel so inclined. We are an expanding and loving community working in a field of infinite potential. We are an expanding and loving community
working in a field of infinite potential. One more time. We are an expanding and loving community working in a field of infinite potential. And so it is. Good morning again. Can't think of a more appropriate theme to heal the world and make it a better place, for all human race. Right now, we have wars going on. We have people and children particularly starving. Where is that love? Where's the question is, where's the love? Where's the decency? Where's the humanity in all this? So today my title is Soaring in Love. And I like that because one of my emails is Soaring Hawk. And that was given to me in a practitioner class. We picked our, what do you call those names? Spirit names. There you go. Yeah. And mine came up as Soaring Hawk, which I maintain to this day. And one of the biggest questions, I think most of us have asked in our lives is, why are we on this earthly plane? And I believe, and Reverend Vaughn last week said something about that we're here to love. And to me, that's been one of my greatest core beliefs, is that we're here to love, to learn and to love, but most of all, to learn to love. And not the physical love. Whenever always we think of love, we always think of physical love. Stephanie and I evidently read some of the same things yesterday. Great minds run alike. I was going to say amok, but that can be true too. Yeah, when I speak of love here, it's not the sensational portrayal of love like in the movies, leading us to seek love only in intense, passionate, even frantic expression. While these moments do happen, there's also a calmer, more grounded, and arguably more sustainable way to experience love. This is a love that involves not just receiving, but giving. Usually we hear the opposite way, not always giving, but receiving. So it works in both ways, because we do live in a reciprocal universe. And it's a love rooted in compassion and at times sacrifice. It is a love that requires action, but action with intention. One thing that came to me with this all about experiencing this divine love, this love that's all encompassing. And I've said this before, and probably all of you have heard this, but my experience in Egypt was, I think, the most I don't want to use the word awesome, because awesome's overused. But anyway, it was in a meditation in the Temple of Isis, in the Holy of Holies, the darkest spot in the temple. And as we sat on the floor and we were going into meditation, being led into meditation by Reverend Kathy Ann Lewis, just being there and I don't know what it was. It was an experience that my heart beat so fast, I thought it was going to blow out of my chest. And then all of a sudden, it was like, still. And I felt what I only imagine is the loving arms of the divine. And it was something I will never forget. It was life-changing. And to me, that was a feeling, an experience of divine love. And with the experience, we need to be grounded in love. Because this divine love can lift us so we can soar. So we can soar into places we never thought we'd go. While these moments can happen, there's also a calmer, more grounded, and arguably more sustainable way to experience love. We first must take a moment and pause. I think that's a good, not advice, good thing to do with almost everything in life. Just take a moment and pause. What do we intend for our experience to be over the next 5 minutes? You just stop. I mean, sometimes we think about way out in the future. And we may not be here way out in the future. We may in a different future. However, if we just stop and imagine what we want to experience in the next 5 minutes, just 5 little minutes. 5 minutes can be a short time, or it can be a long time. Just imagine trying to hold your breath for 5 minutes. I know I can't do it. What you intend for your experience to be, this practice takes effort. It takes focus and attention, qualities that are essential for a deeper, more endearing love. It takes effort, it takes focus, it takes attention. And there's some key characteristics of divine love, which Stephanie, this might be, no, these are the same ones, I guess. Unconditional love, which if you want to experience unconditional love, get a dog. Maybe a cat. Dogs are more to me, the epitome of unconditional love, because they love you no matter what. Unconditional, it is not dependent on the recipient's action, qualities, or worthiness. So this unconditional love, you can love somebody unconditionally without having them love you back. That's your way of doing it. And boundless, it extends to all beings, and it is not limited by any space or time. I like that it extends to all, not just to the top 1%, not to just this race or that gender, all beings. And is eternal. It is a constant and unchanging force. It is always there, always has been, always will be. This divine love is it's hard to put in words, but you can experience it if you allow yourself to. Feeling that there is a divine energy of love surrounding you and that you are always loved might make you feel safe. I know in that experience in Egypt, it was one of the things was that I felt that I was loved, and it was not a feeling I've ever had in my life. It's this love of something greater than myself, and that I was loved, and I will always be loved. And that's one thing I take away from my uprising. Could be that too. Uprising in the Lutheran Church was that I was loved, that Jesus loved me. I mean, that's the biggest thing I took away from that. And I carry that with me, because to know that you're loved, to actually feel that. Sometimes it comes in doubt when the world around you is going to hell in a handbasket. Physical stuff happens, emotional stuff happens, but that love is always there. You could feel that no matter what happens in your life, you will still be loved and cared for by the divine, or whatever you want to call it. Your higher power, God, Spirit. it. You may feel that your faith carries you through the challenges and pushes you to keep on going. The faith of God, not the faith in God. That was one big shift I had to make was, because the faith in God is something outside of myself. But the faith of God, because we are created. We have this need to be loved and to belong. Belonging is one of our humanity's greatest needs or desires. To belong to something, to belong somewhere, to belong with someone, in some place. Maslow's hierarchy of needs outlines several human needs that need to be met to complete self-actualization. The third rung of the pyramid outlines the social need for love and belonging. Feeling divinely loved may meet this need by allowing you to feel that you belong in a world and have a place within your belief system. Feeling divinely loved may meet this need by allowing you to feel that you belong in this world and have a place within your belief system. That each of us belong. Each of us are here by appointment on purpose. Sometimes we don't know it. We question it. Is that true? Is it this? Is it that? But sometimes if we just, I'm speaking for myself, if I just accept that I am here on purpose, I don't need to know it, I'm here, you're here, we are here. We are all one. We're here for a reason, for a purpose. We're here in intention. So if we can allow ourselves to accept that, understand it, and be it, then our life could be a little easier. To truly appreciate this, imagine a love that does not waver with time or circumstance. How many things waver in life these days in time and circumstance? Seems like almost everything does. It's a love that sees beyond our mistakes and shortcomings. Yes, we make mistakes, but we can correct those mistakes, or we can be sorry for those mistakes and not make them again. That's one thing about, a mistake is something that happens maybe once, maybe twice. But that's more than that, then it's a pattern. It's something that really needs to be addressed. And it's a love that sees beyond, affirming our inherent worth. Are we worthy? Yes, we are. And sometimes we don't believe that, we don't feel that. And that's where I feel like it's the love that surrounds us allows us to understand that, to feel that divine worth. As we come to accept and internalize this divine love, it begins to reshape our self-perception and our approach to life. So when we internalize this divine love, when we understand it, we accept it, we revel in it. Maybe we roll around in it, like I'm going to say a bowl of Jello, but that works. Just roll around in it and allow that divine love to support you. Sometimes I think we fight it. A lot of times we think we know, of course, we know better than. However, I don't believe that. I believe that there is a source that knows something is better for me than I think it is. At the core of our purpose is recognizing our true identity, recognizing who we really are. Being loved by the divine provides a foundation for self-worth that isn't based on external accomplishments. We don't have to prove it. Being loved, allowing this divine love to be there we don't have to prove it. We don't have to build a tower like the Tower of Babel. We don't have to conquer cancer. If we do, that's good. We don't have to prove it by accomplishments or by social standards. So many times we feel we have to live up to what society says, what society does. And sometimes that's not exactly who we are. And that's not why we're here, Society, I used to say society sucks. In a lot of ways it does, because X amount that set these expectations for all of us. And yet some of us may easily meet those expectations and freely do it, freely follow the expectations. And some of us, that isn't us. That isn't who we are. This, but on an inherent value given to us by a loving spirit. Where did that value come from? It came from a loving spirit. This understanding encourages us to accept our true selves and live authentically. Live who we are and who we came here to be. That's all we can do. I mean, that's our one main job, is to live our authentic selves, to be our authentic selves. And that's why sometimes we can't live up to these social, quote unquote, norms, because we need to be ourselves. Compassion and service. Experiencing Spirit's love often ignites a desire to extend that love to others, which is a good thing. Good acts of kindness and compassion and service. Kindness, compassion, and service. Is that so hard? I don't think so. It is hard for some people. Serving others becomes a way to honor and express the divine love we have received. So it's a reciprocal universe. So we have received this divine love, so share it. Take it out into the world and spread it on heavy and thickly, you know. Connecting us to a higher purpose of making a positive impact in the world. So by doing service, by showing love and compassion and kindness, we're connecting to a higher purpose to make a positive impact on the world. Life is full of challenges and hardships. Yes, indeed. But knowing that the divine loves us, provides us with hope and strength. Yesterday we had the Hunger Games on, and the president says to the game maker something about, you know, why we have these games. You know, we could just take the kids from, you know, the territories or whatever and just kill them off. Just, you know, we could do that. And why do we have these games? Why do we have a single winner? And the game maker, he couldn't answer the question. And the president said, hope. to give them hope. We don't have Hunger Games yet. Sometimes it feels like we're leading that direction, or sometimes it feels like we do have a type of Hunger Games. But in knowing that the divine loves us, gives us that hope and that strength that we can face anything, that we can move through anything, because we are being carried, like in that poem, The Footsteps. Where were you when there's only one set of footsteps? And what God says, I was carrying you. Sometimes we need to be lifted up and carried, whether it's by a divine source or other people, which other people are the divine. This love becomes a source of courage, helping us face difficult times with our faith and confidence that we are never alone. We are never alone. Fulfillment and joy. When our actions align with the love we have received, we often experience a deep sense of satisfaction, a deep sense of fulfillment. Pursuing passions and vocations that reflect our values and the love we've encountered leads to more joyful and meaningful life. So seeking a career, a job where they fit our passions and our values, instead of just being there for the money. The money is nice, the money is good. But what good is the money if you get beaten down emotionally, psychologically, if you're not happy, if you're not experiencing that sense of satisfaction in your job, in your life. It's not just about what we do, but why we do it. What's behind the things that we do? Is it driven by love and gratitude? Or is it driven by something else? We are driven in life, no matter if we think that we believe that or not. We are. And we are supported. That's the one thing that I don't, I guess I don't embrace sometimes. I don't believe when stuff is happening, But when it comes down to it, yes, I am supported. I always have been. And in this world of noise, of chaos, and constantly shifting goals of success and achievement, finding a true sense of purpose and meaning can be something sometimes seems like, but it's hard to reach. That we can't quite grasp it. We can't quite grasp the golden ring. Yet amid the hustle and bustle of the daily life, there's a profound and steady truth that can ground us. That's one reason we do meditation in service here, is so that we can, ground ourselves from what's going on out there, or sometimes what's going on up here. That damn committee sometimes gets going so fast that you can't be grounded, you can't be settled. The understanding that the divine loves us, once we've grounded ourselves and allow ourselves to be open to that knowing and understanding that the divine loves us, that we have that divine love surrounding us, embracing us, kind of like a nice big hug. If you like hugs, that is. For many, the idea of divine love feeds distant or abstract. I mean, it feels either far away or we're not sure exactly what it is. But like I said before, in some ways, do we have to know everything? Do we have to know exactly what everything is? Or certain things can we just accept? Accept that the divine loves you, that the divine loves me, that the divine loves us, that we are supported in everything that we do, every moment of our lives. There is that divine, just like gravity, that divine love is there. But when we truly understand its depth and importance, and when I said the word depth, it's interesting how things pop into your head. How deep is your love? I think it was by the Bee Gees. How deep is that love? It can change how we see ourselves and our place in the world. Once we understand and accept that divine love, maybe we'll feel worthy of that love and worthy of being in this world and having our place in the world. We all don't have to be rich and famous, of course, unless you want, and you try hard to do it. We just have to be ourselves. And that in itself is divine. If you think about it. Here I share my thoughts on finding purpose and meaning through being loved by the divine. Love is within us. Love is around us. Love is in, around, and through us. And like I like to use my analogy of the love being a golden thread that is connected to me and it's woven in and around in each of us. That golden thread of love. It could be any color. But we are all connected by this divine love. It may be hard to accept that, but it's true. That's what I believe, anyway. Love cannot be destroyed. It cannot be ignored. It's like a pesky little cat I have. Sometimes she cannot be ignored because she's got her little claws. And love is there. It can't be ignored. You know it. To the extent that we abandon love, we will feel it has abandoned us. So if we don't feel and accept that divine love is there, we're going to feel that, it's abandoned us. It's left us at the bowling alley, at the store. But that is not true. It never leaves us. Sometimes we leave it. Ernest Holmes said that denying love is our only problem, and embracing it is the only answer. Through the power of love, we can let go of our past history and begin again. Love heals, love forgives, and love makes whole. Again, love heals, Love forgives, and love makes whole. So, a little life work here. So every day this week, or you can do it more than one time a day. Set your intentions. Go slow and then gain the clarity of the purpose for the moments of your day. What is my purpose for this next hour? Or at work, this next 8 hours? Or maybe the drive to work. Set an intention of being calm and at ease as you go through the traffic. Then bring that love into the world, filling it with meaning and presence. So when you come up with this purpose for the next few moments, it's going to be a good purpose. Share it. Share it with those around you. You don't have to speak it. You could just be it. Just be what you want to see in the world. If it's love, if it's joy, if it's excitement, just be. So, okay, so now I do have affirmation. I do. So like I said, this every week or every day, you can do it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, for an hour, for the whole day. I know Stephanie does meditation to know what she is to be that day. And I think that's an excellent practice. I know I don't do that. I'll admit that I don't do that. Maybe I should start. I think my day might go a little better. If you start off on a positive note, I believe you can face anything. So our affirmation is, we'll go through 3 times. My whole life soars in love today. My whole life soars in love today. My whole life soars in love today. And so it is. Might as well leave it there. Got it? I just want to give thanks for this time together, for the divine love that lives and moves in, around, and through each and every one of us, for the love that lifts us up, that loves that carries us. And I give thanks for each expression of the divine that has ever entered these walls, that has ever entered into the Northern Light Center for Spiritual Living. For those that have been here, those that are coming in. I give thanks for all the gifts that have been given. I give thanks for the gift that you are. And so I give thanks for this day, for this sacred and safe space. I release it, I let it go, and so it is. Oh. Yes. Oh, yeah. Now that you've done, I was trying to end the recording. So we will say our offertory prayer. I am rich, I am prosperous. Money flows through me freely and copiously from many channels. Spirit is the source of all my good. I give abundantly as I have already received, and so it is. And those of you online who like to, well, Phyllis, she knows, she contributes. Okay, so now we shall go to the lovely announcements, maybe. There we go. Next Sunday, Reverend Pamela will be speaking. We did a little switcheroony. We'll do, I think in October is another day we're going to switch. And then the fifth Sunday, Stephanie will be speaking and giving us the word. And then September 6th is our cruise on Lake Union. It's a slow but steady cruise. And then we're doing the pottery on October 4th. One reason because there is no Husky football game in town that day. The next week they would have been, so that kind of was one of the decisions. And the only person that reacted to the email said the 4th, so that's what we're doing, the 4th. And then I looked up yesterday, in December, we had talked about doing it's called the Garden Delights. It's at the whatever in Bellevue. Botanical Gardens, I think it is in Bellevue. And we went one year, and it was very nice. It's beautiful, actually. You know, I mean, there are a few little inclines and stuff. So if you have issue walking, that might be a problem. But we haven't decided the date. But they're there 29th to the 31st, and it's $8. And you can actually get tickets online. So there's that. Let's see what else. I'm trying to think. What date of the calendar? And on December 31st, we will have. I know it's only August, but you have to think ahead always and things like.
Can you move the announcements up so we can see them, the dates? Put the announcements, it's below the offertory prayer. You can't see it. I can't see it on the screen.
Oh, I guess here, okay.
The offertory notes, I can't see them. I mean the announcements, dates.